Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're tackling a universal struggle that I know we can all relate to, which is that endless, totally frustrating battle against dry, chapped lips. I mean, if you're anything like me, you probably have a whole graveyard of half-used lip balms at the bottom of literally every bag and drawer you own. You buy product after product, you apply it all day long, and yet somehow you still end up with peeling, uncomfortable skin. Well, we're going to put an end to that cycle right now. We are breaking down the actual science of lip care today, and we're going to give you a definitive, science-backed solution to keep your lips healthy, hydrated, and protected all year round. So let's start with the question that has probably crossed your mind a dozen times. Why are your lips always dry? Seriously, no matter the season, no matter how much water you chug during the day, it just feels like your lips are constantly crying out for moisture, right? It's incredibly frustrating. But I want to validate that frustration for a second. It's not just in your head, and it's actually not because you're necessarily doing something wrong. There is a really fascinating anatomical reason for this constant chapping. And here is the biological bombshell. Your lips have absolutely zero sebaceous glands, none. That means they have no oil glands whatsoever. For the rest of your skin, oil glands act as this amazing built-in hydration system, right? They're constantly pumping out natural moisture to create a protective barrier. But because your lips completely lack this mechanism, they are entirely incapable of self-lubricating. They're essentially defenseless against moisture loss. I think this creates a massive aha moment when you realize exactly why they naturally fail to stay moisturized on their own. Okay, let's dive into this, because lacking oil glands is really only half the battle. Your highly vulnerable lips are constantly under attack by these 5 moisture-stealing culprits in our daily environment. First, cold weather and winter winds just strip away what little moisture is actually there. Sun exposure actively damages that super thin skin. Air conditioning, it literally sucks the humidity right out of the room and right out of your lips. And then there are our lifestyle factors, frequent lip licking, which we're definitely going to talk about more in a minute, and wearing those long-lasting matte lipsticks that actively absorb moisture just to keep their pigment in place.
Section 1. The Heroes, Balm and Mask.
Let's kick things off by defining our first hero. A lip balm is a lightweight, moisturizing product designed specifically to protect your lips from everyday dryness. You want to think of it as a barrier. The best analogy the source material gives us here is to treat your lip balm like your daily face moisturizer, or a protective daytime shield. It just sits right on top of the skin to block out the wind, the cold, and the dry air, effectively doing the exact job that those missing oil glands can't do. And because it acts as that daytime shield, the benefits are perfectly suited for your waking hours. First off, it locks in whatever moisture you currently have, so it doesn't just evaporate into that dry AC air. Second, a lot of balms provide crucial SPF protection against sun damage, which is something we almost always forget about for our lips. And third, it creates a perfectly smooth base for any lip color you might put over it. Because a balm is lightweight by design, it absorbs pretty quickly, meaning it's meant to be reapplied constantly throughout the day. Now let's contrast that with our second hero. A lip mask is an intensive lip treatment designed to deeply nourish and actually repair dry, rough, or cracked lips. If the balm is your daily moisturizer, the lip mask is your thick, luxurious overnight sleeping mask. It is the heavy-duty repair crew. It requires long, uninterrupted hours to sink deeply into the tissue and do the serious structural work necessary to bring damaged lips back to life. Because of its incredibly rich, thick formulation, the lip mask offers some heavy-duty benefits that a simple daytime balm just can't match. It deeply hydrates, it actively repairs those painful cracked and peeling areas, it restores softness, and it fundamentally improves your overall lip texture. And the real magic here happens overnight. Our skin naturally enters a restorative cycle of repairing itself while we sleep, making bedtime the absolute perfect uninterrupted time to apply this intensive treatment. Section 2. The showdown, balm versus mask. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer visual dichotomy between these two products. It's so clear when you look at them side by side. In texture, we're going from lightweight to thick and rich. The best time to use them shifts from constant daytime application to nighttime dedication. The hydration jumps from moderate to totally intensive. And the frequency flips entirely from swiping several times a day for the balm down to just a few times a week or once a night for the mask. It brilliantly illustrates that these are definitely not substitute products. They are completely distinct tools meant for entirely different jobs. And that brings us to the actual results you can expect. Lip balms, they give you immediate, on-the-spot comfort. If your lips feel tight, you swipe it on, and boom, you get instant relief. But that relief is temporary. It's a surface-level fix. Lip masks, on the other hand, provide a gradual, longer-lasting restoration. They're in there doing the deep structural repair work that your lips desperately need after a long day of battling the elements.
Section 3. The Ingredient Guide.
Okay, let's talk formulations so you know exactly what to look for on the label no matter what brand you're buying. For the heroes, you want to see nourishing, moisture-locking powerhouses like shea butter, hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and ceramides. These actively strengthen your skin barrier. But pay really close attention to those irritants because they sneak into so many popular products. Alcohol dries you out, and excessive fragrance can cause major irritation. But I specifically want to warn you about menthol and camphor. A lot of people think that cool tingling sensation means the product is working. No way. It's actually a mild irritant that can worsen dryness over time, keeping you completely addicted to reapplying.
And hey, speaking of bad habits, let's directly address some of the common mistakes we are all totally guilty of. First up, licking your lips. It feels like a super quick fix for dryness, but the science shows that saliva evaporates incredibly fast, and as it does, it literally pulls even more of your lips' natural moisture out with it. Second, pulling at flaky skin. Just don't do it. It damages the delicate surface and completely delays healing. Third, skipping internal hydration. If your body is dehydrated, your lips are gonna show it first. And finally, skipping SPF when you're outdoors leaves that fragile, super thin skin totally unprotected from UV damage.
I want to highlight this specific myth-busting quote directly from the source material. Applying more lip balm will temporarily relieve dryness, but it may not be enough to repair severely cracked lips. Listen, if your lips are already damaged, already flaking, and already cracked, relying solely on your daily lightweight balm is a losing battle. You are essentially putting a tiny Band-Aid on a problem that requires a cast. You need something way stronger. Section 4. The perfect lip routine. So, the crucial point is how we put this all together into a foolproof two-step synergy. Step 1 is your daytime balm. You're going to apply this frequently throughout the day to act as your shield against the sun, wind, and dry air. Then, step 2 is your nighttime mask. You apply a nice, thick layer right before bed to facilitate that deep structural repair while your body naturally heals overnight. By uniting these two products, you're giving your lips complete 360-degree care, protection during the day shift, and intensive repair during the night shift. And that leaves us with one final thought. You now know the biological disadvantage your lips face without those oil glands, and you know exactly which tools to use to fight back. Are you ready to upgrade your routine from constant lip damage to true 24/7 protection and repair? It's time to stop the endless cycle of useless swiping. Check your ingredients, grab a protective balm for the morning, and definitely invest in a rich mask for the night. Your lips are absolutely going to thank you. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.